Good morning. Welcome to Family Focus here on the WSLM Radio Ministry podcast. God cares about families. We do too. This is not our first episode, but it's our first episode of 2024 because on December 17th, just a month ago, we presented our very first episode of Family Focus. So, welcome to 2024. So glad that you're here with us. And we want to pretty much continue what we started last year on December 17th. You know, Family Focus is going to be different than our other two programs. You know, we have Eyes on Prophecy, we have Prisoners of War. And with Prisoners of War and Eyes on Prophecy, those two programs I would say are more, I don't want to use the word scripted, but there's more of a set format. Yes, we may discuss something different every time, but the format is usually the same. There's usually certain material already determined or planned that we want to cover, and we pretty much cover it the same way every time in a certain amount of time. So each of those programs usually around 25 minutes inside of 30 minutes. Again, we're covering certain material in the same way in a certain amount of time. Whereas with this program, our intention is not to be so formatted. We're going to discuss something different every time. The way we discuss it is going to change every time. It's going to vary. And how much time it takes us to share that information is going to vary as well. 1 week, an episode may be 15 minutes. Another week, it may be 20 minutes. Another week, it may be 25 minutes. But the intention is not to go over 30 minutes. I will say that much. Our intention is not to go over 30 minutes. But again, inside of 30 minutes, it could vary. So today, I want to go ahead and just share what the Lord has laid on my heart concerning families. And I'll be honest with you, I was not sure what I was going to talk about. Just like myself and other speakers, preachers, teachers, you know, before we speak before the congregation, where oftentimes we're like, Lord, what am I gonna preach on? What am I gonna speak on? What's the message that you have for me? So that was my concern, that I didn't know what I was going to talk about today. But the Lord, in His leading, gave me something to talk about, and I'm going to share that with you right now. So after that conversation with the Lord, I was debating, okay, should I go to the laundromat? I got this laundry I need to get done. I could go now, and now this was 10:30, 11 o'clock last night. Should I go ahead and just get it done and then it's out of the way, or should I wait and get it done, or should I wait till very early in the morning, which would have been 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning? Should I get up and go then, get it done, and then come back and shortly thereafter meet for Family Focus? So I'm sitting there, I'm like, let me just go ahead and just go to the laundromat and just get it done. So I went to the laundromat last night, like I said, 10:30, 11 o'clock. When I got there, there were numerous people there. But those people consisted of several families. Over here, there was an older lady here with a young lady, don't know their relationship, mother-daughter, grandmother, granddaughter, I don't know. But they were standing there. They were folding clothes. Now, these people had been there already for, I'm sure, quite some time before I got there. So they were already in the process of folding clothes. So there was that one family. Like I said, the older lady and the young lady folding clothes. And over here was a woman with her 2 children, son and a daughter, looked like they were teenagers and, high school age. They were folding clothes. So obviously they had already been there for a while as well. And shortly after I got there and got settled in, Then another lady showed up with her two young children. So those are the three families that were there. And then there was a lady there by herself, but I'm talking about actual like families, people there who were there with others trying to get this work done. So this one particular family stood out for me the whole time I was there. Like I said, the lady was there with her son and her daughter, and I could tell that the mother was getting very anxious, very aggravated, because obviously they had been there for a while, and she was like, we need to get this done. We need to get this done. The son, when I got there, the son had walked out. He never came back for a while. The daughter was there, but she was kind of like, she was helping, but not helping as much as the mother wanted her to help. As a matter of fact, the mother just, she was constantly on her case, like, hey, I need you to do this, need you to do that. Can you do this? Can you do that? Hey, how come you're not doing this? How come, she was really on her case because the daughter, she was just not doing much. She wasn't as productive as the mother needed her to be. So I'm sitting right there. It's not like I'm eavesdropping on their conversation. We're all there together. I'm sitting there and I'm hearing this exchange back and forth. And so eventually the mother, she's on her cell phone, and I don't know who she's talking to. I'm not paying attention really to what is being said. But again, we're all right there together, so I couldn't help it here. And of course, I don't know what the other person was saying on the other end, but the mother was saying something like, yeah, we're still here. These children, I'm paraphrasing. I can't remember her exact words, but, we're here. I'm trying to get this done, but, they're not helping, da-da-da-da-da-da. And again, there's aggravation in her voice and so forth and so on. So eventually that conversation ends. Then shortly thereafter, a man shows up. I don't know who this man is, but based on the conversation that I overheard, apparently this was the husband, the father, the patriarch of the family. I'll say it that way. And so he's there. I guess he shows up like, hey, what's going on? Because apparently I'm assuming he had been saying on the line on his end, like, hey, what's going on? What y'all doing? You've been there for a long time. When you coming home? Then that's when she was saying, hey, the mother was like, yeah, I've been trying to get this done, but they're not helping. So he shows up, I guess, to pitch in to help get it done so they can get out of there. So he's there for a little while and he does a little something, and eventually he leaves and he takes the two children with him. They just go on home, I guess. So she's left there to finish the work. But guess what? She leaves when I leave. She had already been there. They had already been there for however long. And she shows up. The father shows up. And he takes them on home. And she's left there. I guess she's like, you know what? Just take them on home. I don't know what they said during that time he was there, but eventually he leaves with the two children. I guess it was like, hey, just take them on home. They're not much help to me here. I'll finish everything up. I'll be home in a little bit. So she did leave, but she left when I left, because during all that time, I washed my clothes, I dried them, folded them up. I'm heading out the door, and she is just leaving when I left. I'm like, wow. I'm thinking to myself, like, wow. But why am I sharing this with you? Because I feel that this is what God wanted me to experience in order to share with you today. Because again, this program is about families, right? We're taking a look at different aspects of families. It could be something as simple as what I'm sharing with you right now. Families doing laundry together. So I know I think it's safe to say we're all familiar with the expression, the family that prays together stays together. All right. Well, how about the family that does laundry together stays together? How about that? So in this moment, this mother needed her two children to, of course, be as productive as possible so they could get this work done so they can go home. But I'm also looking at this as a teaching moment for the children to learn the responsibility of doing laundry. And, this is an important life skill that everyone should know. And why not learn this life skill in the home, right? We as parents should be the first teachers of our children. There are things that they should learn from us before they learn from someone else, right? So doing the laundry, doing the dishes, taking out the trash, things that many of us hated doing when we were kids, and maybe to an extent still don't like doing, but we have to do these things because as we grow, right, we're going to be adults. We grow into adulthood, young adulthood, whatever. We go off to college, we join the military, whatever the case may be. We're not at home anymore. So we should have already learned these certain life skills at home already. So I'm looking at this as a teaching moment for the children. Again, about doing the laundry, and I'm sure they've done this before. I'm not assuming that they've never done laundry together before, but this was the first time I encountered this particular family, and I saw the dynamic that was going on while I was there, while we were there together in this laundromat. So, 2 lessons I got out of watching this particular family. Again, life skills, learning life skills, the children learning life skills, the mother teaching them these life skills, and just family togetherness, spending time as a family, right? Okay, something as mundane as doing the laundry. Still, that's family time together. I guess, can we also say that the family that, we say the family that prays together stays together. I just said the family that does laundry together stays together. How about the family that hikes together stays together? The family that cooks together stays together. All these special times with family. No matter what the occasion is, no matter what the task is, this is special time with family. I don't know this family. I don't know their dynamic, but maybe this was a special time, and I don't know what was on the mother's heart, but all I saw was, or all I heard was the conversation of, hey, we need to get this done so we can get home. We've been here for a long time. Let's get this done. I need your help. She was not getting the help that she needed. But maybe, I don't know, only God knows, maybe this was special time. Maybe the mother was looking at this as special time with her children. Hey, me and my children are spending quality time together doing the laundry. I don't know. So many lessons could be drawn from this experience. But this is a program about families, and we want to take a look at the different aspects of the family, whether it's positive, whether it's negative, whether it's exciting adventures that the family is taking part of, some exciting trip, whether it's doing the laundry, whatever the case may be. These are special times, or could be used as special bonding times with families. Let me share this with you really quick from author Ellen G. White, from the book The Adventist Home, and the section is called God's Teaching Agents in the Home School. God's Teaching Agents in the Home School. And of course, she's referring to parents being the first teachers in the home. So as I look through the book as well, she has a section called it's called The Child's First School. So the home should be the child's first school. It's basically what she's saying. But let me turn again to that section that I wanted to read to you. Again, it's called God's Teaching Agents in the Homeschool. And I believe what I'm about to read to you right now is very appropriate to what I've been sharing with you about this laundromat experience. It says here that the mother must ever stand preeminent in this work of training the children. While grave and important duties rest upon the father, the mother, by almost constant association with her children, especially during their tender years, must always be their special instructor and companion. She goes on to say she should take great care to cultivate neatness and order in her children, to direct them in forming correct habits and tastes, and she should train them to be industrious, self-reliant, and helpful to others, to live and act and labor as though always in the sight of God, from Pacific Health Journal, January 1890. So that part about should train them to be industrious and self-reliant. So let me focus on self-reliant for a moment. This is a life skill that they have learned, I'm sure already. Like I said, I'm sure this is not the first time they've done laundry together, but they already know, or should already know, the important life skill that they're learning by doing the laundry. So now when they go off to college or they join the military or whatever, they already know how to do these things. They don't have to rely on someone else to do their laundry, because they know how to do the laundry themselves. They've done it. They've learned it in the home from their mother and or their father, whatever the case may be. So being self-reliant is very important. I'll use my own life experience. I learned how to do laundry at a very young age. Call me weird or whatever, but it was something that I wanted to learn because I've always been a very self-motivated person, whatever. So I wanted to do my own laundry. I remember wanting to do my own laundry from an early age. I attended a parochial school, a Catholic parochial school when I was a child, from first grade all the way through 8th grade. We had to wear uniforms and we had to wear those white shirts. So I learned how to, at a young age, I learned how to basically keep those white shirts clean. What I needed to do to keep those collars clean, to wash, not to just throw the white shirts in the laundry and expect those collars to be clean, but to pay special attention to those collars, to make sure those collars came out clean as well. So that was a life skill that I learned at a very young age, for example. But just doing laundry in general was something that it was a life skill that I wanted to take on as a young age. It wasn't something that I expected my mother to do or my father to do, whatever. It's something I took on as a youngster, to where when I joined the military, of course, you're in the military, you're away from home, you're away from family, you're away from friends, or from family. And these are life skills that you should already know, because now you're in the military, you're away from home, you're with people, with strangers, you're having to do your own laundry now. So had I not learned this life skill at home way back, maybe I would have learned it later in life. I don't know. But the point is, by the time I became a young adult in the military, doing laundry or, doing my own laundry was not a big deal for me. And there's many other examples that I could use from my life, as well as others as well. You go off to college, who's going to do your laundry for you? Many people may have other people to do their laundry for them. They may pay other people to do their laundry for them. But I know from my college experience, I had to do my own laundry. I'm sure maybe others, well, I don't know about you, but maybe you had to as well. But my point is, these are life skills that we learned at home, how to do the dishes, do the laundry, etc., take out the trash, whatever. Again, these are life skills taught in the home by our parents or whoever the heads of our households were when we were kids. And oftentimes, these outings at the laundromat or whatever can be used as family bonding time as well. So, friend, that's what I wanted to share with you today on Family Focus. You may say, well, there was nothing spectacular. You may feel there was nothing spectacular about this presentation today, but I feel this was a moment that, this experience, my experience at the laundromat, was an experience that God wanted me to use as an object lesson to share with you all today about family togetherness, the parents being the first teachers in the home, and using as many experiences as possible to bond with family, even if it's just doing the laundry together. So I hope this was a blessing to you. I'm speaking from the heart. This is not this was not scripted. This is not scripted. I'm just speaking from a very real experience, an actual experience that I had last night at the laundromat, at the local laundromat. So again, I pray this was a blessing to you in some type of way. Moving forward, I had said way back that this would be a weekly program, but I've decided to make this a bi-weekly program. So just like our other program, Prisoners of War, which is a bi-weekly program, Family Focus will, as of today, be a bi-weekly program. So we won't come together again for Family Focus for another 2 weeks. At this point, it'll still be on Sundays at 8 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time. So again, Family Focus is now a bi-weekly program on Sundays at 8 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time, right here on the podcast. So until we come together in 2 weeks, I pray that you have a blessed week. May the Lord be with you. And those moments that you have with your family, cherish those moments, whether it's doing the laundry together, if you happen to be doing the laundry together, cooking together, whatever the case may be, cherish every moment with your family, because God cares about family. We do too. Take care.